So let's look at the garbage and we'll make our way up to the not so garbage. So I assume none of these are reprints. Alright. So the first card we've got is... I'll probably zoom in a little bit better. Oh, there we go. Alright, we have Predaplant. Is that a dinosaur with a Venusaur thing? I don't know what they're called. The Venus flytrap, whatever is on its back. Okay. If a monster with a predator counter leaves the field while this card is face up on the field, add one Predap card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Predator once per turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon one fusion monster from your X deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Only Predaplant monsters can be used as fusion material for a fusion summon using this effect. Right. I mean, let's see, fusion summon during your opponent's turn. That's pretty pog. This card has to be in the graveyard for that though. For a monster apparently it's field where this card's face on the field. Yeah, so I think this card's gonna be bad unless you have this in the graveyard. Actually, it's like, yeah, it looks pretty bad. Seems like a, there's just some easy way to send this card to the grave, right? Because there's no, it doesn't fusion summon without it being in the grave, right? Well, that's just a super slow card, so... Is a pay their card to dump it? True, true. The pay their card can dump it, that's true. Classic Cyclone, your own card. Yes, not sure about that one. Yeah, I think that's probably not going to see play, this card, I assume. Although that is a good point, you can paleo it to the grave, so maybe it has some play there. But I assume there's going to be better ways to fusion summon coming up, since this is one of the normal cards in the box. Yeah, I assume there's going to be better cards than this coming up. Alright, Dice Roll Battle. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, banish both it and one Speedroid tuner monster in your hand. If you do, special summon from your deck one single monster whose level equal the total levels of those two monsters. During your opponent's battle step, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up attention single monster on your side of the field. Make that face-up attention monster your opponent controls. Make that face-up attention monster your opponent controls attack that monster you control and perform damage calculation. So, useless card. We already have cards that have this, like, similar effect of when your opponent attacks, you get to do like a synchro summon using a trap card. Basically, zero play. Literally none. So this is going to be no different. Garbage card. No one's going to use it. There is no chance. Yeah, I'm not doing channel points today, dude. Alright. Yes, this card's just going to see zero play. No one's going to play this stuff. Zero people. Altergeist Camouflage. Target one Altergeist monster you control, equip this card to it. Your opponent cannot target it for attacks, but it does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. Negate an opponent's monster effect that activates by targeting the equipped monster. If an Archtypes card you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you may just card from your graveyard instead. What? Okay. So it's a negate for targeting effects, so probably not going to see play, because there's just better negates in the game. We already have, like, specific trap cards that target negating effects, and they don't see play, so it's probably not going to be used either. Yeah. It does have the, like, added bonus of, like, after its protection, it can then shield it from battle or whatever, I guess. But I just think target negation, that's just bad. Just, eh. Negates Molehu. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that good. There's plenty of, like, there's plenty of protection traps that stop specific targeting stuff, and they just don't get played. This is like, if you use this card, your monsters just get run over by bigger monsters, because they just, yeah. Your opponent doesn't plan to target it with big stuff, then they just get run over. Seems bad, seems bad. I don't like it. Unless, of course, this trap is super easily searchable, like the Gladiator Beast trap is, or something, so like people use it for that reason, maybe? I don't know. Maybe they'll use it for... because it's super easy to grab as part of the archetype. Because it's not a bad trap by any means, but it seems to be just like... eh. Negate only targeting effects, kind of cringe. The protection is nice though, add a touch. Alright, then we have Altergeist, Email You Tell? Okay. Special summon this card as an effect monster, spellcast, blah blah. If summoned this way while it is in monster zone, other Altergeist traps you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, or another player can target them with card effects. Nah. This only works on continuous stuff, right? Because like if you have this card face down, it's not considered a trap card, right? So you can target it with effects. Another player can target them with effects. They can still target face downs, right? Oh, they still remove this shit. Oh no, because this is a equip card, I guess. Ah, okay. Yeah, so the face downs they still get removed. Something uses an equip card. Yeah, no. This kind of protection doesn't see play normally anyway. So I guess we have to see what the other Altergeist traps might make it worthwhile, but so far this trap is not enough. And this card is like, eh. It's like, we've had other cards in the past as well that have been shielding your back row, but shielding your back row is just kind of... I don't know. Unless there's like some specific really powerful trap card coming up that we need this card for, you just won't use it. If there's some absurd trap card coming up, then maybe you'll use it, but we had to see an absurd trap card before this shit becomes usable. So we'll just keep moving until we see the absurd trap cards. Again, not a terrible card, but it's like... it definitely needs something to go with it, not just this. Alright. Predaplants. Once per turn, you can special summon one of the four Predaplant monsters from your hand or graveyard, but it has its effects negated. Once per turn during your summon phase, pay 800 life points to destroy this card. Okay. Again, not a garbage card. But like, this is something that... like, if you don't run, like, double summon, you're probably not going to run this card. Double summon doesn't see much play. So, like, do you need this? Probably not, I assume. It's just a better double summon, right? Because you can do it multiple times. And you can use graveyard. Probably not all that usable though, because like obviously double summon doesn't see play, so I don't think there's gonna be a deck that uses this card all that much. There's for some reason like there's a combo where you have a... so I don't know what these Predaplants do, I've never seen them before. Unless there's like a Predaplant that sends another Predaplant to the grave, so you can use this spell to bring it back. There you go, there's a little combo. But yeah, I had to wait to go through the other ones before that. This has to be like a I'm pretty sure it has to be a specific graveyard thing for this card to be usable. Come on with squids get the enemies count. Okay, I'll wait to get to it then. I think wait till we get to the rest of them, because this card's like kind of just like a better double summon kind of thing. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Fire Fist card that lets you do two summons in a turn. That kind of thing. It's like, that could be usable. But again, that one's also specifically a lot better because it's searchable, so... if it's searchable, maybe it's even better, you know, maybe. Then we just have to wait till it's with the Predaplant stuff. Alright, high speed re-level. Banish one Speedroid monster from your graveyard, then target one synchro monster you control until the end of this turn, change its level to the banished monster's level, and gains a attack to that level times 500. Oh, it's not a quick play. Oh, that's bad. Just changes a card's level, and if it was a quick play, it might be usable, but it's not a quick play, so it's like, yeah. No, yeah, no quick play. Probably not gonna see play, because we already have like spells that do similar things to this. The only added bonus is the level up increase, otherwise we already literally have spells that do this, so this one is bad. Yeah, if it was a quick play, maybe, but it's not, so. Can't bait people with this shit. Alright, Evil Eye Repost, spell continuous, interesting artwork. When you activate this card, you can banish one Evil Eye card from your graveyard, draw one card. Okay. Once per turn, after damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster equipped with an Evil Eye of Selene attacked an opponent's monster, you can banish this. You can banish that opponent's monster. Okay. If this card is in the spell and trap card zone destroyed by card effects, you can turn up to 3, you banish Evil Eye cards returned to the graveyard. Okay, so you get a free draw if you have an Evil Eye card in the grave, which shouldn't be too hard, I imagine. Oh, wait, Evil Eye of Selene, that's not even the same card. Wait, that's interesting. So you have to have this card and the other card for it to be usable. Well, there have to be some mad search effects for that to be usable then. A card that only works when you've got another card already? The whole deck relies on the Ultra equip? Oh, so it must be searchable. I see, I see. That sounds like an interesting deck, okay. I mean, that's not a bad effect, it's kind of like, it's not the same as Magic Hammer. At least Magic Hammer works before the attack. Appreciate the continued support, Betty. Alright, let's move on. Oh my god, I'm fucking triggered. You know I'm gonna have to like, normally I just upload straight the VOD, now I'm actually gonna have to edit the video to cut shit out. I'm actually triggered. Okay. Keep this in the VOD. I am not keeping this in the VOD. Holy shit. Alright. Chorus of Sanctity. Increase the defense of all... Evil Eye Manifestation. Alright. Wait. You guys see an issue here, chat? Am I the only one that sees this? Evil Eye Manifestation, and the thing says Evil Eye Reemergence. Interesting. Alright, special summon one familiar of the Evil Eye token. 400 attack, 400 defense, or if Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell trap card zone, special summon 2 instead. Okay. Also, this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except Fiend monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Evil Eye spell trap cards you control with card effects this turn. So what's the use of the tokens? Is there like a reason we need tokens in Evil Eye? Is there a reason we need Evil Eye tokens? Nice video render time. Dude, man, try to render like a 3-hour stream. Glad to do it now. Well, hey, I'm excited. Yeah, why do we do tokens for an Evil Eye? Is there a reason for these? It's a link deck? So the tokens are irrelevant, so this card's useless. Oh, so this card's actually just useless. You don't use it for anything. Okay, so this card's useless. Move on. Evil Eye Awakening. Special summon one Evil Eye monster from your hand or graveyard, or if Evil Eye Selene is in spell trap card zone, you can special summon one Evil Eye monster from your deck instead. You can activate one Evil Eye Awakening once per turn. Okay, special summon a monster straight from deck. Now that sounds like it has its uses. I don't know what monsters we've got for Evil Eye, but special summoning monsters from deck is a good effect. Okay. That sounds like a good card. It's like a very good card. You go vanilla type. Oh, all the vanillas. You guys are excited. Hell yeah. Alright, well anyway, this card's probably going to be PogChamp, I imagine. Unless the Evilizer are all garbage and you don't need this card, who knows. It's wait to go to the actual monsters. But summoning straight from deck is obviously... It's a Pog effect, so... We'll see what the actual monsters are for this deck, and if you need an effect that summons from deck. Especially considering it seems to be all based around an equip spell, so maybe you just don't care about the monster you summon, you just care about the spells? I don't know. Let's wait till we go through the rest of the stuff. The effect in general is good though. Yeah, summoning from deck's always good. Alright, let's go through the... obviously it needs the other equip spell first, but I assume that equip spell is going to be searchable, judging by how much you need it, so... I assume it shouldn't be that hard to get hold of. Alright. Normal monster time. Wretched Ghost of the Attic. A harmless monster found lurking in just about any attic. What? Is it just a fucking Karibo recolored? Did the Konami art team get that lazy? They just took the Karibo card out. They're like, yeah, we'll just give him like green hands or something. That'll do it, right? It's like blue hands. The hell is that shit? Virgin Karibo. I don't know what to say about this one. Little fuzzball. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This was just like Konami art team getting lazy. Bee Dragon Jungle King. A jet black dragon found in the deepest jungles who normally devours trees. Is that like a beaver's job to devour trees? I don't remember this one. Funny looking beaver. Methadate Karibo. Yeah, I can see that. It does look pretty high as fuck. That is true. Oh, is it? Oh, I know what this is. You know, like, yeah, shiny Pokemon? You know, like, Pokemon that, like, slightly different colored? Is that what this is? It's just a shiny Pokemon. It's a shiny Karibo. That's what it is. Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah, not sure about this card though, Mr. Bee Dragon. I love how it's B dot, by the way. Can't have the word I'm not even gonna say it. You can't have that now. Can't have a color in the name. That's just... That could be a color in the name? That could be offensive. Red Eyes Bee Dragon. Whatever. Alright. Pot the Trick. A not so powerful servant. He is an errand boy of a master sorcerer. What am I looking at? It's like a jar with a flute thing. It's more disturbing the more I look at it. What is this thing? Bitch Dragon, yeah. I don't even want to look at this thing anymore. I don't know what to say about it. It's like a little jar thing. Pot the Trick. It's like a... I don't even get the name. Oh, yeah, let's move on. It's too creepy. Oh, we've got a Lord of the Rings character, Trent. A guardian of the woods. This massive tree is believed to be immortal. Immortal? Well, that sounds broken to me. Everyone should play 3 of this card. It's immortal. Have you not read the context? It's literally a trend. It's a 7 Dragon Piper? No idea what that is. Yep, 3 of this card in every deck. It's literally immortal. How can you go massive wood? Oh, huge wood. Thank you for your great contribution there, Brad. Appreciate it. Cybertech Alligator. Originally a pterodactyl. Why does pterodactyl have a P at the front? Triggering. It's the most annoying word I've ever seen in my life. He was viciously attacked by a dragon. Using the newest technologies, his keeper saved him from near-fatal wounds and brought him back as a powerful cyborg. Wow. Look at that lore, boys. That lore. Has he got a watch on his arm? Dude, this guy knows the time. He's got a watch on his arm. Okay, okay. He's a power creep summon skull. Dude, Summon Skull's got nothing on this guy. Did Summon Skull come back from near fatal wounds? I don't think so. Alright. Allen section. A stag beetle with saw-like head and arms. Now that is a thick ass. God damn. That is one thick ass. Just saying. Any stag beetle will be lucky to have this one. What'd you miss, Andre? Probably the most irritating thing that's happened ever during one of my streams, but it's fine. Alright, living vase. A living vase that bites enemies and blinds them with a blast of its flower. It's got a little bit hot in here. It's gonna blast me with its flower, is it? What the hell? Oh, please. Blast me with your flower. Let's move on. Alright, I'm done with the vanillas. Let's get into the actual cards again, boys. Okay. Majestic Magician. Each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card. When that spell resolves, during the end phase, you can banish... Wait. You can remove 3 spell counters from this card and target one of your banished spells, add one card with that target's name from your deck to your hand. So it's a spellbook card, basically, I think is the aim of it. Would you use this in spellbook? No. Probably not. It just gives you back, because this is a useless going first card, because you don't want to do any banishing till the second turn. Or during your opponent's turn, with a Spellbook of Fate. So it's only a turn 2 card. And it's ending your turn gives you something back, so it's really slow. So you never use this card, you just would never use it. You never touch this card, you never use it, it's too slow. Alright. Stotic of Prophecy. When this card is sent to the graveyard, add one level 3 Prophecy monster in deck to your hand. Oh, that's interesting. So you could use Neo's Fusion to send this to the graveyard, and you can search for something? That's a cool combo, okay. Not a bad card. Yeah, that works, right. You can use Neo's Fusion with this, right? You can send it straight from deck to grave, and you can search. So this is just going to be a Neo's Fusion searcher if you wanted one. I wouldn't even need to use your normal summon. So use Neo's Fusion, send something to the grave, add your Prophecy, summon your Prophecy. It's a pretty cool combo. Not that we necessarily have a Prophecy you want to use with it. Neo Spellbooks, I guess. Okay. That's a cool combo. There might be some other combos I'm missing that are specifically good for spellbooks that you send card. What are some of your good combos, chat? That send cards. There's something they can typically think of. Some easy cards. You don't have some 500 IQ thing. Invocation with this water monster. Summon your Cocytus. It's that spell addition to Prophecy. That's not the special summons, right? I don't think you necessarily want to search for that though, it's an issue. Not a bad card though. That's a bad card. Ah, Silent Magician, of course, of course. There's a really good one. Thank you for that. Literally just summon this card, Silent Magician, it. Search. Lightsworn, yeah, true, I guess. I don't really think I'm going to do Lightsworn with the deck though. You could though, that is true. Yeah, I like the Neos and the Silent Magician though, both are really good. I think you wouldn't use like the Neos Fusion Searcher with it, like the Dragon Key, but you just use 2 Neos Fusion and maybe run like Silent Magician if you wanted to do that kind of thing. But it's probably not really a card you want to search for so far. There's, I think someone in chat mentioned it, Magician of Prophecy. I think it's the special summoning guy, right? Oh no, the little guy is just that. Oh, so you can just search this guy with Neos Fusion now. Interesting. Interesting. You can just search that with Neos Fusion now if you wanted it. It's already really easily searched, so you might not need it, but it's kind of interesting to think about. Alright. So yeah, not enough on that card. Really, this actually card isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good. So, Armor of Prophecy. Once per turn, you can bring through one spellbook spell card in your hand, spirit summon the follow spell from your hand. Bad. So go from good to bad. Yeah, you wouldn't have that many monsters in your spellbook deck anyway. Nah, why would you use this? Why would you use this? You just do that. You wouldn't need to special summon. You just normal summon instead. Why would you ever use this? Unless you want to do like some synchro summon using it. And even at then, you just use like any other normal like level 3 special summoning card. You don't necessarily need this. I guess it's not I shouldn't be too bad. It's not a terrible effect. It can be used for like some synchro summoning plays or something, but in general, I don't think you'd ever use it. Not for the deck you probably want to run it in. It's gotta be it's better special summoning level 3, so you wouldn't use this. It's not a bad card though. I shouldn't like say it's terrible. It's not a bad card. But yeah, we've already got special summoning level 3s in the game. You probably don't need this, I'd imagine. Alright. Predaplant Moray of Nepenthes. This card gains 200 attack for each predator counter on the field. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can equip that monster to this card. Once per turn, you can target one monster equipped to this card. By this effect, destroy it. If you do, gain life points equal to the attack. What? Yeah, nah, it's a bad effect. It's like a terrible relinquish. You have to actually kill the monster to steal it. And you can sort of heal from it? Yeah, no, terrible card. There's no way. And this is like some insane predator spell trap things that buff this thing to oblivion. Why would you ever use it? You'd never use it. That's just bad. That's just bad. Alright. Predator I'm not ever going to try and pronounce that. I really hope I don't have to make a video on this card. If your opponent controls a monster with a predator counter, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in its possession is destroyed by your opponent's card, you can target one dark dragon or dark plant monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can these effects it seems like a card you can just so your card has to die by your opponent's card to do the special summon. It might be like a card that you use, because I'm not sure how easy it is for these predator counters. I assume they must be easy. I think that's what the archetype's about, right? So maybe use this card purely because you can just place predator counters whenever you like, but it seems like a card you just won't use. It is a card you won't use. Relying on your opponent to destroy something is always pretty bad. Yeah, I think we'll pass on this card. Seems also pretty bad. Predaplant Squid Drosera. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and target one face of monster you control. This turn, you can attack all monsters your opponent controls with a predator counter. Okay, interesting effect. If this face-up card leaves the field, place one predator counter on each special summon monster your opponent controls. And if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1. Why they become level 1? What's the need for that? So obviously I assume the use for this card, because I think you guys are saying it's some kind of like super poly deck or some kind of fusion deck or something. I guess you just put this monster on the field, then use this card as part of the fusion summon to give everything a token or something? Is that like the aim of it? Outside of its first effect, we just let it attack a billion times, like another monster attack a billion times. By itself, it seems like a pretty bad card. I don't think you're going to use it, but I'm trying to think of like the reasons why you'd want to use it. I'm not sure what the level 1 use is, making everything level 1. That sounds super odd. But I can see like, yeah, you can use this as part of your fusion summon, meaning obviously you can place predator code tokens on your opponent's stuff, maybe. But even then, if you're using like some super folly kind of effect, I don't know. So I think this card's probably not going to be used, but I think that's like its main uses. It seems kind of average. It's like an extreme win more kind of a card. You have to already have a board state where like you can. I think it's not really a win more card. They have to have, your opponent has to have a special summon monster. And just an extreme way of giving them a token. There's got to be easier ways. I'm gonna wait till later on to see if this is of any use. It doesn't seem that useful to me. Alright. Oh yeah, obviously it's also really bad going first because it doesn't do anything at all. So, Predaplant Cordyceps. During your standby phase, you can banish the card from your graveyard, then target 2 level 4 or lower Predaplant monsters in your graveyard, special summon them. Also, as this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except fusion monsters, nor normal summon or set. During your standby phase. Alright, so unless there's like some good way to mill this card, which then if there is, it's actually not a bad effect. If there's some extreme way to mill this card, that's 2 special summons during your turn. It does say you can't normal summon or set, so you're effectively only gaining like net 1 of like a normal summon. But it doesn't use any card value, right? So you don't use any cards from your hand, using cards that are already in the grave. So the card could be useful. Could be useful. I don't think it's going to be all that great though, because like if you had to do like a fusion summon, let's say, and you use this card and another card, the following turn, this card's effect wouldn't be of any use, because you've just used 2 monsters, and that doesn't include this one. This one banishes itself. So you'd have to have 2 other monsters and this card in the grave. So unless the fusion summon uses 3 monsters, you wouldn't use this even with fusion summon stuff. It has to be an actual effect that sends this to the graveyard for this to be useful. Like if you did happen to do a fusion summon, the fusion monster effect send 1 predator monster to the graveyard, maybe you'd use this card. Otherwise, I don't think you'd use it. It's like it's a standby phase thing. You have to get a lot of predator monsters in the grave for it to be useful. So yeah, because you can fuse this thing to put it in the graveyard, but then the following turn, it wouldn't even use its effect because you have to have 2 monsters in there. So you'd have to have 2 predator monsters in the graveyard and this card. So you can't even do like this card and one other card. You have to have 2 others in there. So it's like, seems pretty average. Not sure about that one. Let's move on. Battlewasp Twin Bow the Attacker. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extract the rest of this turn, except insect monsters. You can use effective Battlewasp once per turn. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. So it's just a special summon with level 3, but you can only special summon insects. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good effect. This works with the both Tracker and Wielder too. The 2 level 3 special summoners. Okay, that's not a bad card. Obviously, we have to have some good insect Ecto deck, but if you have some good ones, it's a pretty good card. You just special summon this boy. It's just a special summon level 3. What can I say? Good card. Nothing bad about this card. Yeah, just if you want to use the Tracker and Wielder, you can. So, PogChamp. I don't know what synchro monster. What synchro monsters have we actually got in the game? Wait, why is my camera doing that? Huh? Why does it bring up that window? Oh, because I've got my camera on. There you go. I'm done. Alright. Have we got what insect synchros have we even got? I mean, I assume it's going to be some in the box, but let's just for reference see what we've already got. Just for reference. So obviously there'll be some in the box, but let's just see what we've got while we're in here. Am I blind? Where's insect? There it is. A card that needs specifically a dark tutor. I'll give that one a hard, what? I guess I hope there's some synchro monsters in this box, otherwise, yeah. I mean, this card's not a bad card though, it's just a free special summon, so whatever. I don't like bees. This guy's got 2 singers. Alright, battlewasp, pin the bullseye. If you control an insect monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can inflict 2000 damage to your opponent for each battlewasp pin the bullseye you control. Excuse me? Oh, it's 200 damage. Oh, thank God I read that wrong. Thank God I read that wrong. Holy shit, thank God I read that wrong. I was like, do not have that in Duel Links, my God. Okay. Alright, so I guess again, just a free special summon. Is that what all these battle wasps do? They're all just special summons? That's pretty cool. Do we need a special summon level 1? Not sure. But like, currently you can just summon this guy, and you've used no normal summon yet. That's pretty sick. That's some pretty cool stuff going on. Okay. I'm liking to look at these battle wasps. I'm having hope. I'm hoping that the synchro monsters for these are kind of cool, so that we can make a deck out of them. Because I want to play these. These seem like fun. These seem like an instant just flood deck. You just flood your whole hand out. Do synchro summons, off you go. It seems real fun. I want to play them. Because like, just free special summons are great. Exciting. I mean, it's also free special summons are cool because it's things like if your opponent's running things like floodgates or floodgate trapper and you know Canardiers and all that kind of stuff. You kind of like oh well, you floodgate one of my monsters, I'll just special summon another one. So I like that kind of stuff, which is cool. All right, Speedroid Rubber Band Plane. If a monster is special summoned to your field except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except wind monsters. And use face to Speedroid Rubber Band once per turn. If this card is a normal special summon, you can tie one offensive monster on the field at least 600 attack. Okay, this is another good card. It's just a card that, if you do a special summon, you can summon this card. Plenty of special summons going on in wind decks. Plenty of them. This card's pretty good. Will we need it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the Speedroid archetype needs, so we'll have to go for the rest of the cards to find out. But as like a standalone card, is this a good card? Yeah, it's a special summonable level 5. Why wouldn't you use it? And it gives you a 600 attack debuff on your opponent's monsters, just because it can. So... He wasn't answered to his chat. What? He don't answer to his chat. What are you asking, dude? I just want to know if why is that relevant? The answer is no, but I don't want you in my stream anymore, so get banned, kiddo. Alright. Alright. Alright, next. Speedroid Horse Stilts. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Speedroid monster from your hand. Oh, so they are all special summons, that makes sense. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. There's some really cool combos by the looks of things with this shit. Easiest synchro summons of your life, or XYZ when XYZ comes. And then during your follow-up, it's got an extra effect with it. Is there a reason you want to mill something from your deck in Speedroid? Because that could be really useful. If there's like some specific card like special summons from graveyard in Speedroid, that'd be sick. That sounds real cool. Look at the card art. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like a weird, like, seahorse thing. Oh, it's also send 1 wind monster. So, like, is there any, like, really good wind monsters you want to send to the grave? Its effect on its own is already really good. So you summon this, special summon a Speedroid. That's kind of cool. Send 1 wind monster. Like 3 revives from grave. Oh, yes. Alright, I'm liking a look at these decks. So far, these look really exciting, because I loved all of these cards so far. And these are the normals. These are like these are a really fun deck so far. I like decks with these really cool deck special summon combos. I'm excited. Alright, I'm hoping their boss monsters are okay. I'm really hoping their synchros are good. Because that will make and break the deck. Since we don't have XYZ yet. Once per turn, Speedroid, Pachinko card. Once per turn, you can discard a machine type monster. The time once on the field, destroy it. Okay. So I can see this being a card you'd run as like a one-off, maybe in Speedroid, if it's like searchable. Either because it's just like it would be a searchable removal effect. Would you run this on its own though? Not sure. It depends on like how stacked the Speedroid deck is. Because like it's a cool effect, right? Like you just have like this card and this card. Oh, sorry, these 2 cards together. You use this card to special summon this one. There's just 2 monsters on the board. I assume there's like a tuner in here somewhere that special summons. And you just discard cards from hand. But it's kind of like an extreme combo, right? You'd have to have quite a lot of cards in hand to be able to discard cards and... yeah, so maybe if there's like a searchable card, you'd use it. You can use Speedroid, true. Yeah, so I think this card is like something you definitely use if it's searchable. Because you'd always use it as a one-off then. Just because it's just good removal. But I'm not sure whether or not you'd use it. Just depends on how stacked the Speedroid deck is. It's not a terrible effect by any means. Especially considering you guys have told me there's some graveyard revive effects. So if you discard something to the grave, maybe it can revive itself. So you know, you can use this to send this to the grave. Use its effect next turn. That's kind of cool. Alright. Speedroid Razor Ring. Cannot attack this turn. The turn is normal summoned. Once per turn, you can target 1 face monster on the field. Change this card to defense position. If you do, the target loses 800 attack. Alright, this one seems pretty bad. It's just a 2000 attack monster, right? Yeah, you wouldn't use this card. Sounds bad. It's just like 800 attack debuff thing that you use before you synchro summon. I don't think you'd use this. Seems bad. Seems bad. These other ones all been pretty PogChamp. This one, I don't think it's going to see play. It seems pretty average. Alright, let's move on to the next card. Catoplebus. What a name. Familiar of the Evil Eye. You can target 1 Evil Eye spell and trap card you control once per turn until the end of the next turn. That card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Okay, so there's a lot of protection for this one equipped spell you apparently need. If you control an Evil Eye monster other than Familiar of the Evil Eye, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Right. Okay. So you can have this out twice. It's like just protection for your monster. The card itself seems pretty irrelevant, other than it's just trying to be some like weird protection-y thing. So I don't think, unless for some reason you have loads of empty space in your deck, you wouldn't want to run this. Yeah, there's no way you run this, right? There has to be some like... It has to be some like extremely summonable thing that you just like happen to get this out whenever you like. Or like you can mill this to the graveyard and free special summon or something. It doesn't seem very good. I don't like it. It's not protection from destruction, it's protection from targeting effects, right? Isn't that what it said? Yeah, that card cannot... Oh no, it is literally protection from... it's protection from being destroyed, it actually is. Yeah, you just get cosmicked. Yeah, alright, bad card, you just get cosmicked. Next. I thought it was protection from being targeted, never mind. It's actually just garbage, you just get cosmicked. Wrong game for protection from destruction. Alright, Altergeist, Fifth Vanilla Gag. What are these names? Monsters your opponent controls cannot target Altergeist monsters you control for attacks except Vanilla Gag. Also, your opponent cannot target Altergeist monsters you control with card effects except... Okay, so it's like a card that protects all your Altergeists from both effects. So there's like some easy... Oh, it's a tuner monster. Okay. This might be like the Altergeist tuner. Effect's not bad, and if it's a tuner monster, it's probably being used as a tuner monster, so you probably don't have to worry about its effect too much. But like, if you're able to special summon this card back after you've done your synchro summon, that'd be pretty cool, because it just offers like all-round protection to your boss monster. But obviously you have to be able to special summon it back afterwards, so... Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. It's not a bad effect, it's a tuner monster. If you're able to get this back after you've done your synchro summon, it'll be insane. 2 lots of protection for your monster, and since there's no main phase 2, that's really good in Duel Links. You can't target your monsters during the main phase until they get rid of this, which would be pretty nuts. Alright, our first synchro monster for battlewasp. Okay. Once per battle, during damage calculation, if this card attacks an opponent's monster with equal or higher attack, you can halve the attack of that monster. While this card inflicts battle damage to your opponents, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each battle you control. Okay, so level 6, easy to summon. Takes 1 insect and just 1 non-insect. Oh, just 1 non-tuner, sorry. Okay, sure. Not a bad card. Obviously not something to be omega excited about. Obviously it's when it attacks, so if your opponent swings into it, you're pretty screwed. But if you summon this during your turn, that can boof a monster, that's not bad. It's also technically non-target removal, because it makes your opponent, you just swing into any monster. If it's untargetable, it will still half it. Not too useful into a Cocytus though, because it's attack that gets halved and not defense. Many other cards like immune to targeting effects, this thing can still give a good dick into. Right, not bad. It's nice. It's good for the other battle wasps. That gives me hope, because that's the first normal synchro monster. I assume there's going to be better ones coming up, so I'm excited. Alright, on to the rares. Alright, Evil Eye Defeat. If you control an Evil Eye monster, target 1 monster on the field, or up to 2. Instead, if you are seen in your spell trap card zone, return them to hand. Oh. So by looks of things, this one Evil Eye spell is going to be, most of the time, is going to be on your board. So... This is a, it's a dual wield, right? Why didn't it be an easily activated dual wield? And we know how scary dual wield was. I can see this card being played, since dual wield was a very good card. For you guys that don't know what dual wield is, I'll just show it. Because I don't know how many boomers we've got in the chat from Duel Links. Yeah, this one. Very relevant card a while back for 6 Samurai. Yeah, no, it's all blurry, but it's loading. But if this card, it just basically just returns 2 cards to hand. It used to be a very relevant card, and this card is basically the same thing. So... Could be relevant. Could be relevant. I'm not going to get too hyped about it, because there was other cards that have had, like, the Gladiator Beast card that kind of got rid of 2 monsters, and like the Senju card that got rid of 2. Both are kind of good effects, but not enough to make, like, the deck's top tier or anything. So I'm not going to get too excited just because this card exists, but it is a good card, and it's something that will probably be in Evil Eye, if they have enough room for it. Yeah. Not a bad card. Alright, Pruning. Sorry. Activate this card by targeting 1 Predaplants monster in your graveyard, special summon it and equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. I mean, I don't like that effect too much. Haven't we already got, like... Yeah, so we've already got a card that does it with the lower level Predaplants. Except it does it every turn. This one only does it once. Not a huge fan. I think I'd prefer this card so far. But maybe these, like, there's bigger Predaplants like this one that you might need later on, obviously. I think we have to wait till we see, because currently you just use this card over it, right? And I already don't like this card, and we talked about why I didn't like it earlier, so... Again, same kind of reasons why this card's probably not going to be all that great. We'll see. Not much else to say about it, it's just kind of like, looks like a worse version of this so far. Unless there's some big Predaplants that you send to the graveyard instantly, then use this to special summon it, it becomes part of like the main combo. Especially if like you can search for this. If your main combo being send a big monster to the grave, use this to special summon it, you know, maybe. This one negates effects, the other doesn't. I guess. We'll see. Let's see. I don't like these effects too much though. We'll have to see though. Like if all these Predaplants like super easily sent to the grave, you just use this card, I guess. But I don't know how these cards are sent to the grave yet. We haven't seen any specific sending to grave effects. I don't want to have to pay like a Light Sworn Predaplant or something. That sounds pretty bad. It's good for the Ocho. Okay. We'll wait till we come across it then. Because like if it's easily sent to the graveyard, you can use this card. It'd be great. It's just a free special summon. Or like it's how you special summon them. Alright. Speed Recovery. Target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, special summon it. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you banish this card from your graveyard, target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Okay. So, I don't like the look of this card so far, purely because these already special summon themselves. So this card doesn't do anything currently. Unless there's like a Speedroid monster later on. I have to go through the other Speedroids. But so far, they already have plenty of special summons, so you don't need this. Obviously, it does have the recycle effect. It adds something back to hand. That's something to mention. So... yeah, but from my experience, if the monsters can do it themselves, you won't use spells. Because there's just no need. You prefer to have like a Cosmic Cyclone, like a back row removal or something. Instead of using this, you just use the monsters instead. And just use this like as a Cosmic Cyclone instead and remove something. So you just wouldn't have this in the deck. But who knows, maybe the other Speedroids are necessary for it. But I don't think you use it, especially when you have like monsters like this that special summon other monsters. It's like, even if you have a monster that doesn't have special summon effects on it now, this card will always be able to special summon them. So there's like no real reason to ever use this. Seems very like... yeah. Alright. Evil Eye Confrontation. If you control an Evil Eye monster, target one spell trap card. Target one spell and trap your opponent controls, destroy it. And if you do, and Evil Eye of the Slain is in your spell target zone, banish that destroy card. Oh, it's a quick play. That's quite relevant. So that gives us like a it's obviously not as good as Cosmic, because Cosmic you can just do whatever. It's just like a budget Cosmic, right? Because you always play Cosmic over this. Unless, of course, this is searchable, which, by the sounds of things, the Evil Eye spells and stuff sound like they might be searchable. So, if it's searchable, it's just like a Cosmic Cyclone. But it's a worse Cosmic though, because you have to use it after you've already tried to develop a board. It doesn't not as good against like the trap card for Cyber Dragon. That like card that if you destroy, it will search for something. Because this card destroys it, then banishes it, so it'll still destroy it, right? So it'll still get its search effect off. It's searchable. No, it can set from the graveyard. Ooh. Okay. Yes, this card, it's not a bad card, so they're just like Cosmic Cyclone. Slightly worse Cosmic Cyclone, but if it's searchable, and as said from someone in the chat, that apparently it's set from the graveyard, that makes it even better. It's a reusable Cosmic Cyclone. That's even better. And of course, free to play, so if you don't have Cosmic Cyclones, there you go. And not on the limited list. Alright. Evil Eye of Gorgonio. Oh my god, I need to get better at pronouncing English. Equip only to an Evil Eye monster. You can only activate one Evil Eye of Gorgonio once per turn. This card's name becomes Evil Eye of Selene while in the spell and trap card zone. Oh. Okay. That's okay. While your life points are lower than your opponent's, the equipped monster gains attack equal to the difference. Oh, life point boost alpha, Pog. You can banish this card from your graveyard and discard one evil eye card. Add one spell. Add one of your friendly traps in your deck to your hand, except your Archtype. Oh. Okay, so this is a searchable. This is a good search effect, as well as being a Selene. Okay. So we'll use this card. It's a good search effect. Has to be in the graveyard first though, to be fair. But it does act as a Selene, so if you do need like other like Selene equip spells, this one can be one. Life point boost alpha though. Let's go. I just hope your opponents are all playing life point boost alpha. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. 3 times Cosmic Cyclone with your deck. Arrow Mage counter? Oh yeah, you found the counter, boys. You've counted all those Arrow Mage decks, those pesky Arrow Mages. Alright, so this card, its actual effect seems pretty irrelevant, but the fact that it's a Selene might be relevant if, like, you need a Selene in your opening hand, right? Because, like, if you need a Selene in your opening hand, you want to have, like, 6 Selenes in your deck, then you'll use 3 of this card as well, because this will give you a Selene. Or, like, a good consistent way of getting it. So, I don't know what the rest of the cards are, I have to go through them, but I think it just all relies on that, whether or not you need this card as an extra Selene, otherwise you won't use it. Or if you're able to send this card to the graveyard easily, because then you can obviously get a free search. Or not a free search, it costs a discard as well, but it is a search. It's a free-to-play alternative. That could be true too, because if there's like an Ultra Rare or an SR that's your other Selene monster, this card might just be needed to fill the gap. Alright. Witchcrafter Demonstrator. Special summon Witchcrafter monster from your hand, and if you do, your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your spellcaster monster for the rest of this turn. Oh, in fact, your monster effects. Okay, that's not terrible. During your end phase, if you control a Witchcaster monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Oh, it comes back again. Huh. It literally recycles itself. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. It's also a quick play spell, so you can use this during battle phase. Or opponent's turn too. You can just do it during your opponent's end phase, special summon a monster, and this card will recycle itself. Damn, that's actually a pretty cool effect. Smugly. I don't know how good. No, I don't really know combos about that stuff yet, dude. Haven't gone through all the cards yet. Can't really go through combos when I don't know what all the cards do yet. Yeah, free spell summon that recycles itself. That seems like a really, really good card. Let's see what the other Witchcrafters do, because that seems like a really pog card. It's like actually usable. Really usable. You use it during your opponent's turn, use it during your turn, use it during the battle phase. Super versatility to it as well. Alright, cool. So far, first Witchcrafter card, pog jam. And it's only in the rares, so... Witchcrafter Holiday. Target one Witchcrafter monster in your graveyard, special summon it. During your end phase, you control Witchcrafter monster, what's card in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. They all recycle themselves. Wait, do they all recycle themselves? Well, that's going to be interesting. Alright, this card is obviously much worse than the previous. It's not a quick play spell, and it's from graveyard, so... This card probably won't make the cut. This one, PogChamp, I think. That's what I'm going to take it as so far. Unless there's some, like, self-milling effect, or some other cards that, like, get them in the graveyard easily, you just won't use it. So... Okay. Witchcrafter Collaboration. Target one Witchcrafter monster you control. It can make a second attack during its battle phase this turn. Also, if it attacks this turn, your opponent can activate spell trap cards in their damage step, so it's like an anti-magic arrows. During your end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster, to graveyard, you add this card to your hand. Alright, so it's like an anti-magic arrows that lets them attack twice. That's a nasty OTK card. That's two really, like, important OTK style cards in one right there. Anti-magic arrows and can attack twice. So I assume, like, if Witchcrafter spells are searchable, you use this as definitely as a one-off, because you can always search it whenever you need it. You want your Witchcrafters to attack twice for lethal? You search for it. You won't need it because you think your opponent has a Wall of D? You search for it. Would you use it as a 3-of on its own, though? Hell no. Hell no, you wouldn't. There's a reason why decks like Super Heavy Samurai only use one copy of their thing that attacks twice, and you don't use cards like that, because they're super, like, they're literally just used for, like, when you want to absolutely destroy your opponent. I don't think you'd use it as a 3-of. If it's a searchable effect, sure. Also, things like anti-magic arrows and stuff aren't all that useful anymore, because people don't use things like Wall of D and Mirror Wall. They're more likely to use those trap cards that, like, tribute their monster, destroy something, or discard something from your hand, destroy something. You know, those kind of things, like Fiendish Chain, Floodgate, Canadia, things like that. Stuff that's, like, gets used before battle phase, so. But yeah, if you can search for it, PogChamp. You can just search for this card, OTK your opponent sometimes, really good effect. Alright, Summoning Swarm. Also, I don't actually know what the other Witchcrafters do yet, so maybe I'm completely wrong and you want to OTK your opponent every time turn 1, so you want 3 of this card every time. Summoning Swarm. Target level 4 or lower battlewasp monster in your graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. Special summon them. Yes, bombs except insane monsters. So this card is like a super comeback card, but it's like you wouldn't use otherwise. I don't like cards that are aiming to come back. You shouldn't be trying to come back, you should be trying to win. So if you have to use this card, that's probably a bad sign. Your deck's probably not doing too well. So I think this card is bad, I would say. Yeah, unless of course you're using like some Lightsworn deck or something and you mill your entire deck, activate this, swarm the board, pop off, that kind of shit. But if we're talking just like a standard, you're playing without just like any graveyard effects, just using the ones we've seen so far, yeah, you wouldn't use it. But if you're playing Lightsworn, maybe you run 3 of it. Yeah, but other than that, nah, you wouldn't use it. Seems kind of bad. Alright, World of... I need to watch out for my picture. My picture covers like some of the text. World of Prophecy. When this card is special summoned by the effect of a spellcaster type monster or a spellbook card, you can target 2 spellbook cards in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. You can unspecial summon other monsters during the turn you activate this effect. When you add cards to your hand by this effect, you can reveal 4 spellbook cards from names in your hand. Destroy all other cards on the field. I was gonna say, oh, this card seems kind of bad because generally you want the spellbook cards in the graveyard for fate, but destroy all other cards in the field if you have 4 spellbooks, huh? Alright, so how likely is it you special summon this card and have 4 spellbooks? It can't be likely, right? That's a lot of stuff needed. That's a lot of stuff needed. There's no way. If it's easily summoned, add 2 back. You have to have the 2 spellbooks already. So this card to be good, you have to special summon it using only 2 cards. And use them both spellbook cards, you add both spellbooks back. No, it's bad. There's no way. Because like, if you start with your opening hand of like 5 cards, because it's a going second card. Going first, destroying everything's useless anyway. So going second, you have 5 cards, right? You want to use 2 spellbooks, so you get 2 in the grave. You want to have 2 spellbooks already in hand. So that's 4 cards already taken up. So you got 1 other card. So you need 1 other card and 2 spellbooks to summon this guy. And I don't think that's something you can do easily, if at all. And if you're not using it by its effects, you're not adding 2 spellbook cards to hand, you're never going to be able to use its effect. There's no way. Yeah, I think I think it's bad. Maybe I'll be wrong later on when I see some other spellbook effects. Like maybe there's like a card that literally just says, "Hey, special summon World of Prophecy from your deck." All right then. But as it stands, it seems like with the cards I've gone through so far, there's no way to summon this card that way. All right. Good meme card though. Good memes. All right. Predaplant Spellbook. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, place one predator counter on it. And if it is a level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1, as long as card... Okay. After damage calculation, if this card battled an opponent's monster... Battle a monster with an attack equal or lower... Wait. A monster with an equal or lower level, you can special summon a monster from your deck. From deck. So I don't like that effect, because it requires... There's no main phase 2, right? So you'd swing this in, summon something out from your deck, and then you can't do anything with it. Obviously, you can use this to try and summon like a really big card, though, you know? If there happens to be a really big Predaplant, like this guy, you can just summon him straight from the deck. But as it stands, like, this guy by himself is like, yeah. There's no main phase 2, so if you're summoning an effect monster, yeah. So I don't think you're going to use this card. Probably not. Maybe there's a big Predaplant we haven't seen yet that you use it for. Alright. Predaplant Climadosundu. Monsters with a predator counter that you use as fusion material are treated as dark. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck using this card on the field and monsters from your hand, field, and or monsters with a predator counter your opponent controls as fusion material. Now we're getting somewhere, boys. Now we're getting somewhere. You can use your opponent's card with this card, and your opponent's have to have predator counters on it. Here we go. Finally, usable effects. So you don't need poly, right? You just use this guy. Or this is just one of the ways. Okay, Poggers, we got a good card, boys. This is pretty good. You can literally just use this guy and just do some of your other stuff. Just use your opponent's card's forehead. Obviously, it's only really good going second, though. Going first, you're just going to be summoning using your own, so... Yeah, it's got a super poly effect attached to the card. That's pretty cool. And it can use multiple, right? So if there's like a dark monster that uses multiple... Or a fusion monster uses multiple monsters, you can like use your opponent's entire board, which would be really cool. If you can get that many things, so... We'll see, we'll see. So I didn't get that fusion card. Was no fusion card? What the fuck are we summoning with it then? There's gotta be something in here, because I'm pretty sure one of these cards said you can't summon except for Predaplants fusions, right? Maybe I'm dumb. I didn't see that card. I'm imagining it. It's a pretty cool effect though. Pretty cool effect. Alright. battlewasp. I'm gonna have so much trouble making videos on these cards. I can't pronounce a single one of them. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 3 or lower insect monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster in defense position. Okay. If this card is in its normal position, it's destroying opponent's battle. Oh, destroying opponent's card. You can special summon battle wasps from your hand or deck. Alright, so I don't like this card as much as the other ones. You have to have battle wasps in the grave. That's not particularly great. That's like used like after you've done your stuff. I guess, actually it's not that bad, is it? Because like, if you do synchro summons using these guys that don't use a normal summon, then you can normal summon this card afterwards and go even higher. So I just have to see a special summonable Battle Wasp tuner monster, and we're set. This card will be usable. Just has to be a special summonable Battle Wasp tuner monster, and then this card is good. Because obviously you just use this afterwards for another synchro summon afterwards. Alright. Oh, it's a cicada. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon one mount token. Once token special summoned by this effect is on the field, you cannot special summon monsters from the next deck except instant monsters. And it's an insect tuner. Okay. So it gives you a level 3. So you get this card. Is there some way to easily special summon this? Then you're popping off. Because it gives you a free level 3 as well. Huh. So this card, if it's special summoned somehow, will give you the like, and then you just use this card. That's like already a level 9 you can summon there. That's pretty cool. Wait, this card can synchro summon with itself, right? You can just special summon this card out. It just synchros a level 6 with itself. It doesn't create a tuner, right? Huh. So if you're ever able to special summon this, it's synchro summons. That's actually really cool. That's a cool ass effect. Okay. I like that. Okay, I like that. That's cool. That's really cool. 3 level 6, huh? Interesting, interesting. Alright. So, very good card. If you're able to special summon this, you get a level 6. So, we'll see how we're summoning it later on. But if we can summon it, that's a really good card. Alright. Speedroid Den Den Daiku Duke. Mr. Den Den himself. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Speedroid tuner monster from your hand or graveyard, except Speedroid Den Den. You can use effect of Den Den once per turn. Right. And it's a tuner monster. Ooh. So you can synchro summon using this guy, send him to the grave, then you can banish him, special summon one of the monsters you just used as material, or another tuner from hand, maybe? That's a good card. Okay, that's a good tuner monster. Not bad, not bad. Not a bad tuner monster. That's pretty good. Pretty good effect. It can allow you to try to like ramp up in synchros if you have another tuner in hand, or it can just allow you to grab one of your materials back and reuse it. For whatever reason you want to reuse it for. Not bad. Especially considering you can like, I don't know, you can like bring back quite a few things here. You can just bring back like this guy, just have him removal or something. He gets to use this guy's effect twice. It says once per turn, I didn't say it. No, you can literally just use this guy's effect twice if you can summon him, pop something, send him to the grave, special summon him back, pop something again. It's kind of cool. Yes, this guy's effect's really good as well. Alright, Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. When this card's normal summon, you target one level 3 or lower spirit monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So much graveyard summoning. So here's a level 7 combo. There you go, there's a level 7 combo. If this guy's ever in the graveyard, Pog Champ. You've got a sick ass summon going on there. If he's ever in the graveyard, there you go. Obviously he has to be in the graveyard first though, so it's not all that good going first, unless there's like a mill effect or a discard effect with something like this. Because obviously you have to have this guy out on the board for that. Yes, you use Speed Recovery, special summon Speedroid Penko Chio cart thing, use his effect to discard this tuner monster, then use this guy to special summon him back, and synchro summon. And then you can bring one of the cards back again. What a combo. What a combo. I'm already seeing the combos, chat. I'm already seeing them. Alright, Speedroid OGR Kid. When this card is normal summon, you can target one tuner monster in another player's graveyard, special summon it to your side of the field. And if you do immediately after this state revolves, you can summon one wind monster. What the hell? Your opponent, you can steal your opponent's tuner monsters. What tuners would you even use? This thing's a level 3. Everything's like so low level. A level like 5 wind monster? Oh, I guess there's one's coming up. There's level 4 coming up. Okay. It's good against like Shiranui. What synchro decks are even better right now? We've got just Shiranui, right? Shiranui, Blackwing. Christian. Shiranui. Blackwing. Alright. Here's a few cards. Okay. It's very interesting effects. Obviously, it can use your own graveyard too, so you can just summon this guy back. But it's kind of interesting that it can use your opponents. That's kind of like really interesting. Cool effect though. Similar to this guy though. It's like not really that useful unless you happen to be, you know, going. Unless you happen to have a monster in the graveyard already. It's probably pretty hard to use. Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice. When this card is normal spell summon, you can target one Speedroid monster you control, except Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice, and declare a level from 1 to 6. It becomes a level at the end of the turn. It is a tuner monster, so you can summon this card, target one of your other Speedroids, and you can make any of the big synchros. So I can see this card actually getting play. I can see it. It might not, but this card combos really well with like this card, right? Like, if you use this pony to special summon this dude, this guy can then change the pony to any level you like. So you can make really whatever synchro you like. So that's kind of useful if there's like some really big monsters you want to special summon into. Pretty good effect, pretty good effect. Generally we haven't used these like levels from 1 to 6 stuff though. So like, I don't know. Like these like changing level effects haven't been that prominent in Duel Links yet, so maybe we don't need it. Like maybe these cards can already get out the level synchros you like want, so you don't need like a dice changing effect. There's like no need to select a monster because you already have like really easy ways to summon it. We'll see. It seems like a pretty good effect though. Yeah, so you just pick your synchro from whatever level you like, from literally level 2 to 7, any one you like. Cool. Basilisk, Familiar of the Evil Eye. Okay, if you control an Evil Eye monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon 1% this way. During your main phase, you can send one Evil Eye Sponge card from your deck to the graveyard. Oh, so you can use this card to send... Where was he? This card. Okay, so you can use this card's effect to send this card to the grave for a search, but then again you have to discard to do that as well. So it's a lot of resources needed for that search, but that is a way you can do it. I'm not sure if there are any other Evil Eye effects that we missed that like them being in the graveyard. You may this card from your graveyard, opponent cannot target. Okay, and this one... Nothing. Okay, so there's like you can protect your stuff too. Might be useful, might be useful. So I think we have to wait till we go over the other cards first before we go through. This card's good because like so far the Evil Eye effects don't really warrant using this. This search is like too many resources needed for it. Having to discard's kind of lame. And this card protects your stuff for a turn if you do it. But yeah, it's already too late, I think. I don't think this card's that usable so far. I think we have to see if there's any other good Evil Eye spells coming up. Alright. High Speedroid Hagotia. During either player's turn, you contribute this card, increase the levels of all monsters currently on the field by 1 until the end of this turn. If this card is in your graveyard, you control Speedroid tuner monster, you can special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon for this turn, except win monsters. What the what? What? So this is like a pure ramp card. You synchro summon this thing out, instantly tribute it off, make everything 1 level higher, and go higher? Is that the aim of it? What the? What an interesting card. What an interesting card. I like it though. Do you like synchro climbing? I do like synchro climbing, it's cool. I'm not sure whether or not you'd actually need synchro climbing so far. We haven't seen any reason to climb synchros, but I think there's some cool combos with this maybe. Or maybe you just use it because it happens to be a Speedroid wind level 5 monster. And it's the only one you have. So maybe. Effect isn't all that great though. It doesn't seem all that great unless there's some specific reason we want to climb. So we might have to wait till we look later on for the other cards to see if it's of any use. What does it need, by the way? Needs 1 tuner, 1/1 on tuning monsters. Oh, it's generic. Interesting. Okay. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a special summon monster, you can make this attack. Oh, this card's attack become double its current attack until the end of damage step. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is sent to the graveyard because this synchro summon card was sent there from the field this turn, the entire 1 spirit monster in your graveyard except itself add it to your hand. Oh, its base attack's super low. I guess it is level 4, so it just becomes 2,600. And it's 2,600 if it battles a special summon monster. So that includes like if your opponent swings at it as well. Not just when you attack. Okay, I can see you using this card purely as the level 4 you might need. Level 4 generic, by the way. It's a level 4 generic that has like no, like... This card might just see play in other decks that can summon level 4s, by the way. Just because it happens to be a generic, you can just kind of use it if you want it. Okay. Interesting. Good to see we're getting some level 4 synchros. Yeah, you can it seems like an alright card. You probably run like one of these in your deck just because you can. It's not a bad effect. Oh, it's not a great effect, but at the same time, there's not like a whole lot of like level 4 options. So if you happen to need a level 4 option in your deck, you'll run this card. But if you don't need a level 4 option, you won't run it at all. Because I'm pretty sure you can just summon Hastor instead, so there's that too. But this guy is a Speedroid, so. Gusto. Gusto buff pog. His effect isn't that great, but it's like, it's just a level 4 option if you need one in Speedroid. If you don't want to summon Mr. Hastor, I think it's Hastor, right? Hastor's level 4. Yeah, not sure about that one. Altergeist Draguvarion or some shit. When an opponent's special summon monster declares an attack, you return 1 Altergeist monster you control to the hand, negate the attack. Okay, that can be kind of annoying. If this card is distributed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. Oh. If this card is distributed. So you can, oh, that's interesting. So you can like, enemy controller using this card and it'll come back again. Was there any Altergeist effects so far that were for attributing? I don't remember. That's a cool effect though. That's pretty, yeah, Blister Squad, that's really good, that's a really good combo, Blister Squad. Super good. Econ, Blister Squad, Share the Pain. That's really good, that's really good. Okay. His effect's like kind of average too. It's just you can return Sling to hand, including itself too. So, dude, imagine if this card tributed itself for its first effect. If it wasn't like a return and Altergeist was like a tribute, that'd be really cool. All right, I mean it's not a terrible synchro monster. It's kind of good. It's not obviously it's not some OP just out of this world kind of effect, but if there's like some tributing effects going on inside the Altergeist archetype, this would be pretty good. Especially considering we already have things like Blister Squad in the game. So, yeah. If there's any tributing effects going on in Altergeist, you'd really like this card. Alright. Next we have Chain Hole. Okay. When your opponent activates a monster effect in response to a card or effect activation, negate the opponent's effect. Then your opponent can banish one card from the hand or deck with the same original name as the negated card. If they do not, you can banish one random card from their hand. That's activated monster effects in response. So it's like only like... It's only in like response to other negates? Is that it? It's not even a counter trap though. It's like, can it even be responded to other negates? I guess. A counter? Is that what that is? Mole here, I guess. That's a good counter. Can you even like activate in response to negates though? Are they like... There's monster negates, you probably can. It's not counter traps. Use it in response to monster negation stuff, which we don't really have, so... Nah, I don't think you won't ever... I can't see a reason to use this card. This is like the SI you don't want to get from the box, I think. We'll give this one a fat... Nah. Cavalry counter, I guess. There you go. It's a cavalry counter. It's like, no, I don't think we ever use this card, though. There's no way. Unless, like, specifically, like, monster effect negation becomes, like, a problem. You just won't use this card. There's no way. And even then, like, this card would be terrible going second. Which is, like, when you'd most want to use it, so... Practice. Special summon one Predaplant monster from your hand, then add one Predap card from your deck to your hand, except Predapractice. Also, as this turn, after this card resolves, you can special monsters except fusion monsters. Okay. A free search. That's really good. A special summon and a search in one card. Okay. 3 of in every single one of your Predator decks, I guess. Because that's really good. It's just a search and a special summon. There's not much else to say about it. Just really good effect. Really, really, really good effect. It doesn't even use your normal summons. Like, this card is just like instantly search your Lizard Man. As well as being a special summon. So you can activate this card, special summon this thing, put tokens on your opponent, activate its effect to search for this card, normal summon this card, fusion summon using your opponent's monster. There you go. There's a combo. Really, really easy combo to do too. So this card's just actually sick. This card's actually just sick. This card just makes the deck really good. Okay. First, like, these two cards seem really fun to play, by the way. Kind of excited to try them out. Seems like a heavy turn 2 deck, though, if it's trying to use your opponent's monsters for some fusion summoning. Heavy turn 2 reliant. Alright, next. Evil Eye Domain Predalia. When this card is activated, you can add one Evil Eye monster from your deck to your hand, so good search. Once per turn, during the damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster is attacked while Evil Eye or Selene is in your trap card zone, you can make the battle damage you take from this battle also inflicted to your opponent. Okay. If this card is in the field zone is destroyed by a card effect, you can target one Evil Eye monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So you can just make your opponent take a fat stack of damage. And considering all these Evil Eyes have literally no attack so far, like literally no attack, maybe that's like you want to do. Okay, so it's already good just based off the fact it's a search effects right off the bat. We haven't seen any good Evil Eye monsters though so far, not in particular, so that's a bit worrying. Hopefully there might be some coming up. This one could be good. So it is your search card. Yeah, and just fat stack of damage back to your opponent, which could be pretty cool. So people just use it like, already it's going to be used just for its first effect, so the rest of it's kind of bonus. Okay. Witchcrafter Pitore. During your main phase, you contribute this card, then discard one spell. Special summon Witchcrafter monster from your deck. Okay, that's a good effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard, draw one, then send a Witchcrafter card from your hand to the graveyard. Or if you have none, banish your entire hand. Okay, okay. And these cards will recycle themselves, right? Don't have to be used. Yeah. That's really good. So you can use this to search for any Witchcrafter. That's really good. And since these cards all recycle themselves, the discard effect leaves you so this deck leaves you so good on value. The value is insane. It just keeps recycling itself. So much recycle value actually. That's really nuts. You know what else is cool is you happen to use this with Spellbook. Your opponent can't there's a good way to counter Spellbook is you floodgate trap hold their spellcaster monster. Because if you floodgate trap hold their spellcaster monster, they can't do anything, they're doomed. Because they need a spellcaster on board. This guy can tribute itself, so you can use it in response. I don't think you're going to be using spellbooks with Witchcrafter, but you know, it's there. Okay, well, it's a cool effect, it's a cool effect. I think we have to wait till we get through to, these cards up here to see if this card's really PogChamp, but as it stands, it's a search for any of your Witchcrafters, and since they recycle themselves, it's extreme value, so yeah, it's just a quick effect. You use it in response to floodgates and stuff. Primitive Butterfly. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can increase the levels of all insight monsters you currently control by 1. Oh, I was looking for an insect tuner. It's not a tuner, no. It's a big boy, though. Holy shit. A level 5... So this is just your Cyber Dragons or your whatevers. Interesting. It also works with your battle wasps, I guess. You can use this guy and then put this guy on the board. There's a fucking sick combo. You can make them all... You can make 2 level 4s. So you can have 4, 4, and a fucking level 6. There's a special summable level 6. Level 6, then you have these 2 level 4s. Damn. It's a little combo. Alright. Well, this card's good. It's not a bad card. I'm not sure, what particular combos you can do with it yet. There's got to be something. A special summonable level 6 happens to be an insect, so it works with all the insecty boys that we've been going through. Okay. Move on, though. Move on. Medusa, the Watcher of the Evil Eye. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 Evil Eye card in your graveyard, except Medusa the Watcher, add it to your hand. If this card is equipped with an Evil Eye of Selene, you can tie 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Okay, that's a pretty useful effect in current meta. You can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. You can use this effect once per turn. Once per turn during your standby phase, after this effect was activated, banish 1 card in your graveyard. Oh, that's it? Oh, so it's just okay. I don't know, these Evil Eyes haven't gotten me, haven't really got me excited. There's not a whole lot of good Evil Eye stuff. Haven't seen any good Evil Eyes yet. Hope the Ultra Rares are good. There might be some good Ultra Rares coming, but so far, they're not too exciting. Not too exciting. Obviously, this card's good in current meta for things like Shiranui and other stuff, but current, nothing's making me too excited about them yet. I'm hoping the Ultra Rares fix it. Imperia. If this card is summoned, draw 1 card. Oh. Right. How do you even review this? It's just you just summon this, draw a card. Cool. I guess it means if you special summon this, draw a card too. So who knows? Maybe there's some dumb combos you can do with this, where you can special summon specifically a reptile from your deck, and then you get to draw a card, and you just draw another card, and then draw another card. Oh wait, never mind. It is a once per turn effect. You can only do it once anyway. This card is a fat. Nah. Nah, this is the card you don't want from your SRs. Not a terrible card by any means, but it's you don't fucking want. It's not that. It's great. It's nah. Alright. Altergeist Marionetta. When this card is normal summoned, you can set 1 Altergeist trap directly from your deck. Okay, so that's what I was talking about with the trap cards down here, where I thought they were kind of bad, but now they're a lot better because you can just search for them. instantly better. Instantly better cards. You can target one Altergeist card you control and one Altergeist monster in your graveyard. Send that card on the field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon the other monster from your graveyard. Okay, so you want to use it. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So these are cards like. Not sure. It's really good because it's a good search for like the trap cards, just instantly puts them out. But I'm not sure about the other effects, because again you have to have Altergeist in like the grave for it to be useful. I haven't seen any like super good Altergeist cards yet either. I don't know about that one. It's not a bad effect, but we're missing some good Altergeist cards for it to be really good, I think. It's a link deck, so it's missing a ton of stuff. Okay. Well, it is a synchro archetype too, so, you know, maybe. Like, you can use this card to get rid of, like, I don't know. I think we have to wait and see with this one. This one seems kind of like, not too excited about it though, unless the Ultra-Res fix it. High Speedroid Kendama. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. You can only use the effect. You can only use each of the following effects: High Speed Kendama once per turn. You can banish one machine type monster from your graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Okay. If this card is in your graveyard and you control no cards, you can special summon this card. What? What the fuck is that shit? Okay. I don't even know what to say about that one. Okay, so I guess it's kind of cool, because if your opponent ever removes it, it can keep coming back. You cannot normal summon a set at turn you activate this effect, which isn't too bad, because considering most of your stuff special summoned. It's kind of cool that it keeps coming back. But its fate doesn't scream OP Speedroid going to be top tier meta, does it? You know? It's kind of missing some stuff. Kind of missing some stuff to be that useful. 500 damage poke isn't all that scary, because it is piercing damage, so I guess that's something. Yeah, just having it in the grave is good. It's a bit annoying that you have to have no cards for it to work though. So you can't just come back after like a synchro summon or something, so that'd make it really good. But if you can use it to like synchro climb or something, that'd be really good. Because you just synchro climb higher, this card's always in the graveyard as a backup if your monster dies. You know, that's something. And then we go on to the next card. Let's go on to the Ultra-Res, because these cards are like, you know, they're not bad, but I don't know. we need some spice, alright? We haven't had some spice in a few cards now. I need some good spice. Spellbook of Wisdom. Target one spellcaster type monster on the field, then activate one of these effects. That face-up monster is unaffected by other spell effects this turn. Okay. Other spell effects, that's not super relevant. That face-up monster is unaffected by other trap effects. Okay. So the only buff this thing's actually that makes this card useful is the fact that it's a spellbook card. Otherwise, you just use Lance. It's literally just a worse Lance. It's just a worse Lance other than it's searchable. So it's good in spellbook. Don't get me wrong, it's good in spellbook. Very good in spellbook, in fact. But it is just a worse Lance. So if it's like really in current spellbook, it's terrible, because current spellbook you've already got things that are immune to spells, right? But like if you're summoning some other spellcasters instead now, it's pog. Yeah, Spellbook with Witchcrafters, PogChamp. I can see that. And they can chain trap to it. I hate when people say that kind of excuse. I really hate those kinds of excuses. They can chain their trap to it. So? Forbidden Lance isn't a bad card because people can chain to it. That's dumb. The idea is that your opponent has 2 set cards. If only one of them is activatable, they can activate it when you summon your monster. Then you chain this to it, they get screwed. If they happen to have 2 floodgates, they had 2 floodgates. Like, you get the same result if you had a Cosmic Cyclone out. Only difference is this has a better result into, let's say they had a Wall of D there as well. Like, no shit they can chain to it. Like, good job spotting that out. They happen to have 2 traps on the board. Oh no, now you're in trouble. Like, maybe you can chain another one of these to that. Like, it's just a dumb reasoning. It's actually just dumb. I like the card though. We'll see it in Spellbook anyway. I'm not sure what we're going to combine Spellbook with, because obviously you're going to have to stick it with another Spellcaster archetype. I'm not sure you have the room in Witchcrafter, but maybe you do. We'll see. Alright, the Evil Eye of Selene. Equip only to an Evil Eye monster. It cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Each time you activate the equipped monster's effect, or you activate another Evil Eye Spelltrap... Evil Eye Spell Trap card, the creature monster gains 500 attack, and if it does, you lose 500 life points. Okay, you can pay 1,000 life points and banish one Evil Eye Spell Trap card from your graveyard. Except set this card. What the fuck? Okay, so this just took the whole power level of these guys and just buffed it up an extreme amount. I see. So the whole point of this deck is to be suicidal, is it? You get out your field spell, you get out your low level dudes with like 0 attack, and you just beat your opponent to death by making him kill himself slowly? Or just buff the shit out of one monster slow by keep activating Evil Eye effects? I see. So if you get this card out along with this guy, it can't be destroyed. See, it's like there's a way to stop them being targeted. Was this one? Nah. Okay. Holy shit, this actually seems cancel though. This deck seems like it really aids just like slowly beat your opponent to death kind of thing. Yeah, it's like a power that oh my god, I don't know what to say about that. This archetype seems like I don't ever want to play against. It's like, it just requires specific outs, right? If you don't have specific outs, you're gonna struggle. Like, you don't have, like, non-target back row removal, or like, Cosmic Cyclones are needed because they have destruction protection and stuff. Did they have non-target protection as well? I don't remember. This could be really, really aids though. Can't cause unless you chain it. Why? This card can be targeted, just not the Evil Eye monster. Huh? What do you mean? Okay, well, this card certainly made the whole Evil Eyes actually usable, so Evil Eyes might be PogChamp now, who knows? I think they might just lose instantly to a Cosmic Cyclone though, because I don't see any target protection in here anywhere. And having just protection from destruction effects is definitely not good enough. Yeah, the monster, not the spell, dude. This card protected itself from targeting effects? That'd be insane. Protects the monster though, so that's pretty cool. Makes the monster untargetable, makes the monster immune to battle damage, and continuously gives the monster attack buffs over time. And if you have the field spell out, even when it's on 0 attack, it doesn't matter, because you'll just fucking slowly protect yourself. Insane. Alright, let's move on. Witchcrafter Madame Verre. During damage calculation, if your spellcaster monster battles an opponent's monster, you can reveal any number of spells with different names in your hand, and if you do, your battling monster gains 1,000 attack for each card. Oh my god. You can discard one spell and negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. Is that a quick effect? Oh my god, this card is cool. Damn. Wait, don't we have like a really, really good spellcaster special summoning card in the game? What's it called? How's my resolution fucked up, by the way? Oh, whatever, who cares? Really, this is all messed up. Whatever. Is this guy? If you had, say, a spellbook card, you can tribute special summon level 5 or higher light or dark. Oh my god. 1 level 5 higher or light spellcaster. This guy's a light. Huh. 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 That's a spellcaster boss monster there. Witchcrafter can special summon it from the deck too. Oh yeah, they can. It's pretty good. What was it? I was gonna go to the other cards first, but was it this one? Oh my god, you can use this card to special summon it. This card alone special summons it. Oh my god. Ha. This card's really nasty. You can just summon it in defense and you've got a fucking negate. Huh. Well then, Witchcrafter might just be really good. That's, I haven't even gone through the other one yet, the other Ultra Rare, I'm already excited. And the thing is, the cool thing about it is, you only need this like a 1 of, right? Or a 2 of. You don't need that many copies of this Ultra Rare, because it's searchable. Clearly. My god. And there was a really... No, that's Spellbook Prophecy in mind. Okay, okay, we'll move on for this card. This card, okay, insane. Insane. Really, really good. This card's like, your opponent tries to activate Alistair? Nah. Your opponent tries to activate literally any monster effect? Nah. It's so good. It's so good. Holy shit. That's so fucking good though, dude. Alright, we'll move on to the next card. Okay, next Witchcrafter. Witchcrafter Schemata. During your main phase, you contribute this card, then discard one spell. Special. Okay, so there's 2 of them that do this effect. So you've already got 6 ways to summon this on turn 1. Great. That sounds balanced. You can banish this card from your graveyard, send one witch card from your deck to the graveyard. Wait, you can banish this card from your graveyard, send one witch card from your deck to the graveyard, except... Okay, so what's the use of that effect for? Oh, because they add themselves back to hand at the end of the turn. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. They just keep adding themselves back. The resources are insane. Wait, the resources are insane with this deck. What the hell? This deck is nuts. What? That sounds so cool. These spells keep coming back. If you go first, you just summon this thing. All these discard effects don't matter, they just come back. What does it matter? You discard them to buff this dude's attack. They just come back again, you lose no resources. That's fucking mental. Each card's gonna cost a fortune? Kind of, not really. You need 3 of this guy, 3 of this guy. This guy's an SR, so he's not too bad. You only need like 1 or 2 of this, because it's searchable. You can literally play the deck at 1. I'd probably run 2 of it, because if it gets destroyed, you want another one. But you can probably run the deck at 1. It's still playable. You said there's 3 of this card, 3 of this card, and you're good. Like, even the Witchcrafter cards were pretty good, right? That's even cooler. This card can stop this card being a brick. Because this card just special summons it from hand instead. This card can't even brick by being in your hand. This card actually stops it bricking as well. That's fine. What the hell? Okay, dude. Alright, we need to stop talking about these Witchcrafter cards. I think I've made it pretty clear what I think about them. They seem pretty exciting. They seem like back row removal is needed, or they're just going to negate every one of your monster effects, you're doomed. Like, Shiranui's probably going to do okay into them, maybe. But, that's about it. Monster effect decks are screwed, though. If your deck relies around monster effects, good luck. Exciting. It's kind of fun. I see the spell books coming in though. So have this card with having this card with to protect this card from back row. It's protected from monster effects and it's protected from spell and trap cards. You probably just run 3 of this, 3 of Forbidden Lards. Damn, son. Exciting. Okay. Enough of that. That's going to be a deck that's going to be ridiculous, I assume. We'll wait till when it comes out, but it should be ridiculous. High Priestess of Prophecy. You can fill 3 spellbook spells in your hand. Special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can banish 1 spell card from your graveyard, then type 1 card on the field to destroy that target. So you can get this out most turns on turn 1. What do I think of this dude? I mean, it's not bad. This is a free special summon that can pop stuff. Doesn't really combo with Fate very well though, because it goes through to your spell books. Like a pure spellbook deck though, you'd probably use this guy, right? It's a big heavy beater who just kind of is there if you want him. I don't think you'd use this card with Witchcrafters though, because you won't be able to have Witchcrafters and a ridiculous amount of spellbook cards. There's like no way. You probably have like a small amount of spellbook cards, like you might run 3 of this card just because it's good with spellcasters. But I don't think you'd be able to use this card in this kind of a deck. You'd have to run this in like pure spellbook. So you don't want to run into too many monster issues. The fact that you can use this card though with fucking spellbook as well is insane, right? You could literally just use this with this dude. And didn't we have a card that can search for this? That was just added? There's 2 decks to use with this card. What's its name? We got one, right? Yeah. When this card is sent to the graveyard, add a prophecy monster from your deck to hand. I guess you have to use this like Silent Magician, send it to the graveyard. You can add the dude to hand. God damn, that's kind of... I'm excited to play this card. I don't know. This card's gonna be nuts in its own archetype though. Absolutely insane. Constant recycling with your spells. Oh, juicy, 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 juicy. I don't know why I went back onto this card again, just because I'm excited to play it now. Alright, let's move on, let's move on. Alright. Battlewasp, Hammer the Conquering Bow. Level 8. If this card was synchro summoned using a synchro monster as material, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. You can only use the following effects of Battlewasp once per turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can make all monsters your opponent currently controls lose 1,000 attack and defense. That's pretty good, because if your opponent has a weak monster, you hit the shit out of it, your opponent's monsters lose attack, so you can beat the bigger ones. And it has 2 attacks, so. At the end of the battle phase, if your opponent has not taken any battle damage this battle phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each battle wasp in your graveyard. Oh, alright. Sadly, as much as the battle wasps seem really cool, like I really like all their effects and stuff, if that's it, they have no chance. I guess they have some chance. They have like some like cheesy ass kind of bit of damage they can do, but that's not a very promising boss monster. It's not that bad. It's like it just means Battle Wasp is probably gonna be some cheesy ass OTK deck. Definitely Slate you can make a video out of though. It's definitely content, easy content. It's definitely easy video content for sure. Easy video content. But is it going to be like top tier? I don't think so. I don't think so. Might be okay. Might be okay. We'll see. It seems like just like a... I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it'll just feel like a lot like Lunalight. Just like some shitty OTK deck. It should be pretty free to play friendly though, to be fair. So you got that going for you. I'll definitely make a video on it. I think the first deck I'm going to make is definitely going to be Witchcrafter, just because it just seems like so much fun. It just seems like a pretty easy deck to build. 3 of this chick, 3 of this chick, whatever amount of these guys you like, 3 of this card, 3 Forbidden Lance. Off you go. Off you go. Play the game. Have fun. God damn, I need 3 of this card though, I think. Fuck's sake. Yeah, because I think you've got 3 Forbidden Lance, you want 3 of this as well. Oh, so that's insane. It feels like your turn 1, you're always going to open Forbidden Lance like 90% of your games. Along with one of these. Turn 1 this card and protection from back row, protection from monster effects. Damn, that's so nuts. Alright. Predaplant Chimera Falecia. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster on the field with a level less than or equal to this card, banish it. When an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's face-up monster, you can activate this effect. Until the end of this turn, that opponent's monster loses 1,000 attack, and if it does, this card gains 1,000 attack. Once per turn during the timer phase after this card was sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Polarization spell or 1 Fusion spell card from your deck to your hand. Okay. So obviously this is the big fusion monster you're going to be comboing with this. So... you can use your opponent's monster to summon this big boy. You can remove opponent's monsters whenever, and it can beat the shit out of them. Damn. Alright. That's redeemed the deck a little bit for me. It's not like... I don't think it's going to be top tier purely because... I don't know, it's like super susceptible to back row. It seems heavily turn 2 related. Like what you do turn 1 is... you don't want to summon this turn 1, right? Like, you never want to summon this turn 1. You can use it with Neos Fusion, because, obviously, you can search for a fusion spell card. So you might just end up using it with Neos Fusion. Just because it is, like, our best fusion spell card. Right? Oh yeah, Mud Dragon too. Mud Dragon's really good too. Good spotting. Mud Dragon is good too. Because Mud Dragon is you use 2 of your opponent's monsters, right? And I guess nah, you have to use this card with it. You need a monster on your side. Never mind. Mud Dragon good though. Super Toy target XD. Obviously, you're going to use these guys with the Super Poly skill, just because you have to. Okay, you can't not play this without the Super Poly skill. Isn't Mud Dragon 2 cards of the same attribute? Isn't that what Mud Dragon is? Two monsters of the same attribute with different types. That can't be too hard to do. Your opponent just has to have a different type. Yeah, that seems pretty easy to do. You got your lizard, your opponent has a different type monster, turn it to dark, and boom, done. Since this card makes them dark anyway, if they've got tokens on them from this dude or whatever. Okay, well, this box has got a lot of content I can make videos out of, I can already tell you that. There is content everywhere. Content here, there's content here, there's content here, there's spellbooks, there's... I don't think I'm going to touch Evilite, seems like a really cancer deck. Content fucking everywhere. Alright, final card of the box. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials or with the Eye of Timaeus. Once per turn, quicker fates, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard and target one face-up card on the field, destroy that target. So this card, you've got your Dark Magician Girl boys out there. You got that new Yugi skill that can make Dark Magician Girl be part of your deck without bricking with her, which is really good. You can combo that with, like, where is it? The video I did, this one here. It's already a perfect fit for this deck. Like, it's actually perfect fit. Fucking advert. Get out the way. It's already a perfect fit for this deck. I'm already using Eye of Timaeus. We're already searching for, you know, Dark Magician Girl. It's perfect. You can just run it if you want it. If you want to happen to summon this card, you can just kind of summon it. You know, we're already running like a ridiculous amount of extra deck that you don't need. You can just cut one of these guys, a couple of these guys. There you go. New extra deck card for the deck. So that's pretty exciting. It's something I can do a video on, but I'm pretty sure my video on this would literally just be I take this deck list, and I'll probably cut the card I was using for the just for the video. I'll probably just cut that card, stick another one of these in. And boom, there's your deck list. It's literally just Dark Magician, only you can play Dark Magician Girl, the magical Dragon Knight thing, in there if you like it. Just more extra deck for Dark Magician. They don't mind it. If they want to run it, they can. Just have to use this Dark Magician skill. So they don't particularly... Dark Magicians don't even need a skill right now. They currently use what? All the graveyard interaction skills, right? Like Sealed Tombs and all that kind of stuff. So I guess they can just use this now if they want it. Damn. Alright, well that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Keep in mind, this is not all the ultra rares. There is one missing. I think. One missing. So the one missing could be something like, you know, Fiendish Chain. Could be a Stratos. So, they could be coming. Could be coming, boys. Could be a Levianeer. Damn. Okay. So I guess to find, I guess we'll sum out the box for the video. Final summary. Okay, maybe I should. Okay, so this card's actual power by itself, like the actual card. It's just a good card. It can just get a quick effect, so you can do it during your opponent's turn. Do you particularly want to use Eye of Timaeus on a Dark Magician over this card? Probably, because the card you get from Dark Magician is a lot stronger. Having like the Gaia is just better, right? Wait, is it Gaia that summons with it? It's Gaia, right? No, not Gaia. The I forgot what the card's name is. This dude, Dark Cavalry, right? Dark Cavalry is just a better card, I'm pretty sure. So I think you probably want to use it on Dark Magician over Dark Magician Girl, but this card's just an option. If you want to have a removal or like go for an OTK, you can just summon this card instead. It's just like more stuff for your Dark Magicians, that's about it. Alright, so overall, the box actually seems like... I don't care how strong this box is. This is probably one of the most fun boxes I've added to Duel Links in months. This box will be fun. There's no way it's not. There's no way. It's got... every deck in here, there's not a single one other than maybe Altergeist that seems like unplayable. Like Speedroid seems pretty bad-ish, but it seems like it's just going to be a cheesy OCK deck. It's something you can play. These Witchcrafter cards are insane. The new Spellbook cards can even use this card if you want it, and they seem pretty fucking good. Like, the Evil Eyes seem playable too. Maybe not insane, because they might just lose instantly to a Cosmic, but other than that, they seem pretty decent. Like, there's like nothing in here that I disliked, other than maybe the Altergeist, because Altergeist seemed pretty bad. But other than that, everything just seems really good. Really playable. The best deck in the box is probably going to be Witchcrafter by far. It just seems like it's going to be insane. Predaplant doesn't seem like it's going to be a top tier deck by any means, but it'll certainly be a fun deck. You can do Sewer Poly stuff, even use the Sewer Poly skill with Jaden, just do that kind of cool stuff. Spellbook's got some pretty cool new support. Spellbook's going to be nuts. Like, Spellbook's already like not a terrible deck, it's just not fantastic. New support, who knows? So it might just be insane. Yeah, so Altergeist bad, Spellbook probably good, Witchcrafter insane, Predaplant probably not meta, but it's gonna be fun. It's very similar to how I think battlewasp will be. I think those are the main predictions. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Altergeist is terrible. I think those are my predictions, boys. Yeah, and that's it. Is Evil Eye more cancer than Metaphys though? Of course it is. I'm using it. Yikes. Well, that's a yikes, buddy. Alright, so, yeah, I think that's going to be it for the stream, boys. If you're new around here, follow button right there. Click it right goddamn now. Smash that follow button. I want to see tons of follows before the stream ends. Yeah. So for those of you that are watching the YouTube video, subscribe, like, I don't know, comment if you want feedback. Tell me what decks you think are cool, if I missed anything in particular. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the stream though, boys. Thanks for all tuning in. I'll be back later on, probably tomorrow. I think I'm going to be doing a rainbow fucking dragon deck thing or something. Crystal Beast, whatever they're called. But yeah, thanks for all tuning in. I'll be back in the future at some point. Yeah. Who are we hosting? Who's on? Are we still on? No, he's not playing Duel Links though.